Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the stream. I'm Robert from the El Magnifico Games channel and today we're going to begin a playthrough of Primordia. Now I don't know an awful lot about Primordia. From about the 5 minutes or so that I played the game during testing, I know that it is an adventure game which appears to be set in a sci-fi dystopian future, although the exact details I can't be sure. Trying to think if there's anything else to say, I don't think so. No, let's get into it.
Almost there. One more setting.
On the left there appears to be the player character.
And one more piece of the unique is operational.
Don't know what the unique is. Oh, I remember the other thing I was going to say. The game does seem to be very well reviewed, although it doesn't seem to be all that well known. It doesn't seem like a lot of people have played this game. So this should make for an interesting experience.
One down, 1 million to go. Speaking of which, boss, I found exactly none of the parts you wanted. A whole day at the junk pile, and all I turn up are a locker and some stupid conduits.
Interesting.
Maybe next time. Boss, are you sure you got those settings right?
Oops. Sorry, I skipped part of that. I think he said that came from engineering. Let's investigate, or something to that effect. Where are the settings in this game? There they are. For now, let's have the dialogue automatically progress so I don't have to keep clicking. And let's have our first save.
We need to get to engineering. There's no time for that.
Okie doke.
There's no time for that.
Gospel. Interesting. So I get the impression that we're not supposed to be doing anything other than going to engineering right now, so let's do that. Recharge station. Interesting.
Boss?
Crispin, get behind me. Who are you and what do you want? Power.
I think he wants the power core, boss.
Stop right there. This ship belongs to me.
Forfeit. Enemy. Plunder.
I don't think he's too keen on private property.
Get away from the power core.
Forfeit.
Oh dear. So that tiny little crystal was apparently responsible for powering the whole ship. Oh, and look, the main character appears to have fallen out the side.
Boss? Boss? Horatio? Come on, Horatio, wake up!
Ugh.
Still alive? At least.
Whew, you're okay.
What happened?
Well, Big Ugly threw you out of the ship. And then he said plunder, again. And then he left with our power core.
Basad.
Yep,
How much charge have you got?
10%. You?
I'll be fine. We just need to get the emergency generator up and running.
So we do appear to be
Or
some
we
sort of
could just go to
cyborg.
Metropole, city of glass and light. Free energy for one and all.
Don't believe everything you hear. Metropole is trouble. But if you want to go, you've got free will and a maglev unit.
With that guilt subroutine you put in me, I wouldn't even make it halfway.
Actually, with a 10% charge, you wouldn't even get that far. So I suggest we get the generator working.
You and your projects.
Man built us to build, Crispin. Now, come on.
Interesting. So we're both man-made cyborgs, it would seem.
I must have dropped the data pouch when I was thrown out of the unique.
So that machine's called a unique.
Basad, its memory got wiped. Easy enough to add the good old junk pile's coordinates back in, though.
Right, so we have a location. Hello, Optimus. It's lovely to meet you. How are you today? Right, so I suppose we should start by just exploring, seeing what screens are available.
Is that a gumball machine?
No, it's a robot.
I'm doing pretty well, thank you for
Oh,
asking.
I wanted a gumball.
You wanted a gumball. Do you have a mouth?
You know, boss, if you're ever wondering what I would do, feel free to just ask.
I'll keep that in mind.
Ah, so is Crispin our hint system in this game?
I'll make you a deal. I'll solve our problems if you'll build me arms. Maybe you should check out the emergency generator and see if you can get it running.
Yes, it seems like it. Crispin. Ah, so I can have Crispin do things.
I don't really want to try that.
Okie doke. Data.
The data pouch is registered to me.
System user Horatio Nullbuilt. VS.
The data pouch is registered to...
Huh. Oh, there's a fast travel system. Okay. That's good to know. We weren't on this exact screen before. Where were we? Over here, perhaps? Have you played this game before, Optimus? If you don't mind my
Nothing worth
asking.
salvaging.
Okay, I get the feeling...
Can't pick that up.
Yeah, I get the feeling there's nothing here we need.
I can't move this without some kind of crane, which I certainly don't have time to build now.
Interesting. So clearly he's very mechanically oriented.
I can't just scoop it up.
That implies that we do need it, though. Or could use it.
It's a segment of Gordium electrical conduit.
Interesting. Where's my inventory? There. Data pouch, conduit. Okie doke. Ah, there's the emergency generator. Ooh. Interesting. I've not seen this mechanic in an adventure game before, where a section of the screen is effectively zoomed in on like this, but overlaid on top of the rest of the screen.
It's not going to do anything until the generator's fixed.
Okay, what's broken?
Crispin, when I told you to find a new spark plug, did you just shove my conductive putty into the old one?
Maybe.
No wonder the generator isn't working. At least the putty is still good.
Okay, so it needs a spark plug. Let's start making a list then of things that need to be done. So, fix emergency generator, and under that we want acquire spark plug. Presumably we can find one from the junk heap. Yes, very good game. I grew up with point and click adventures and I still play the newer ones. Interesting. If there's any adventure games that you particularly recommend, do let me know. Either on here or on Discord, either way. I do take suggestions. I know a viewer recommended this game to me. Unfortunately, I don't remember who it was, which is a bit of a shame. But whilst looking it up, I did discover that it seems to be quite an unknown game, but it seems to be very well reviewed, which is interesting. Simon the Sorcerer. Oh, I'll add that to the list. If it's not already there. Don't think it is. Oh, where's my list? There's my list. Added. I have heard of Simon the Sorcerer. That's quite an old DOS one, isn't it? I don't remember what company made it, though.
The generator is missing a spark plug. There's supposed to be a power-bearing conduit between this socket and the ship, but I never got around to putting one together.
Now who's the procrastinator?
So can I just put items in from my inventory? Not very easily. Can I move this around? Ooh, okay. How do I combine things then?
I'll need at least 5 pieces to be able to build a conduit long enough to run the generator to the unique.
Oh, that's interesting. I right-clicked and I got more information on the item.
A small lump of electrically conductive putty.
Okie dokie. So... acquire 4 more conduit pieces to build a longer conduit piece. Noted. Wadget Eye Games has a good fan community, I think. They make very good adventures. Don't know who made Simon, but for me it's a classic like Monkey Island. Wadget Eye. Wadget Eye. I've definitely heard that before. I think they must have been the people that made one of the other adventure games I did. Wadget Eye. Gemini Rue. I played Gemini Rue. Which I enjoyed. Not the best adventure game I've ever played, but it was quite good. Right, where were we? So I can't yet make a conduit large enough for the socket, presumably.
There's supposed to be a power-bearing conduit between this socket and the ship, but I never got around to putting...
Right, and we need the spark plug. Got it. So... Ooh, that's interesting.
It's the Unique's tag. Without it, I'd have never known the ship's name.
Apparently, building a giant airship doesn't require proper spelling.
Apparently not.
Interesting. So it's the ship's name. I was wondering what Unique stood for. Oh, you haven't completed Gemini Rue yet.
A sturdy cable.
I'd love a sturdy cable.
A good length of heavy-duty cable designed for carrying data.
Right, it's for carrying data. It's not for transferring power. Alright, is there any point going on the ship at this stage? Presumably, or we wouldn't be allowed to.
More Gordium conduit.
Wonderful, that's exactly what we want. Anything else here?
There's no way I can reach that.
What about your flying friend?
That's way too big for me to get, boss, and you know it.
I do appreciate the fact that the game developers thought of that, though, and put in custom dialogue.
There's no way I can reach that.
How did they get up here, then? Oh, presumably you put them down when you were higher up? Or something?
The hatch is unresponsive.
Right, we can't get into the ship while it doesn't have power, presumably. Although we managed to get out, so there should be a hole in the ship somewhere. Oh, we can possibly get in there.
Without power from the ship, the telescope won't work.
Bad timing with those repairs, huh, boss?
Interesting, so it's not an optical telescope then.
This is no time for sitting around.
Pretty fancy chair.
It's too dark to see the ladder rungs.
Well, you don't need to be able to see them. But okay, the game's giving me some pretty strong hints that I'm not supposed to be doing very much with the ship itself until I have got the emergency generator running, which might attract our old friend. What did Crispin call him? Big and ugly or something like that? Not the nicest thing to say.
I've tried patching this a dozen different ways without success.
Oh, what about the putty? Will the putty do it? Although that was supposed to be what's it called?
A small lump.
Hold on. Is there some way I can... Okay. My thinking. When I, for example, tried to interact here, this area opened up here that let me interact with the machine more precisely, which is nice. But then I figured if I open the inventory, I can't access the inventory and that screen at the same time, which seems strange since I have to put objects in there. But up here we can see an object. One from my inventory, so...
I'll need at least...
Can I change... I can change which object's available there. What am I actually doing that's causing that to happen though? Is it just picking it up? It's just picking it up. Okay. And I take it there's no like arrows or anything I can use to cycle through them? No. That's alright. Okay. So let's try the putty. Oh, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it.
As much as I'd love to fix that leak someday, we have more important things to do. Plus, it would be a waste of the putty.
Okay, so you consider the leak to not be a serious problem? Because I didn't know how that leak got there. I didn't know if it was damage from the attack or not. You know, and depending upon what this does, it might be really, really critical that we fix the leak. Like, supposing it was the equivalent of brake fluid or something. Or, as it would turn out, it may not matter at all. So very quickly, before we go to the junk pile, do I have a way back into the ship over here? Because I don't remember seeing one, but if there were a way back in, this is where you'd expect it to be. Doesn't look like it, does it? Alright, let's make our way to the junk pile, see if we can get, what is it, 3 more bits of conduit and 1 spark plug, I think it was?
Better just to leave it alone. It's locked tight.
Interesting. I wonder if I can probably get into it then. Let's add that to the list of things to do. Open lockbox. Open lockbox. And I should probably, in brackets, add junk pile. Otherwise I'm bound to forget where it actually was. Well, I say bound to. If I find the key on the next screen, perhaps I won't. But if it's a while before I can get in there, I will.
There's a piece of Gordium conduit way back there.
Well, hey! How do we get to it?
I can't reach the conduit.
Ooh, you know who might be able to fit in there?
Crispin, can you go in there and get that piece of conduit?
I suppose.
Excellent. Progress.
That would have been a lot easier with hands, boss.
It's locked tight.
Interesting. Open door. And then in brackets, junk pile. Hold on, my pen's actually running out. I've been using the same pen for writing notes for at least weeks, possibly months. I will be back in like 30 seconds or less. And I'm back. Right, what else do we have here?
It's just scrap.
Okay. Is there anywhere else in this area we can investigate?
It's just scrap.
Right, but inside that scrap might be the components you need.
I picked it clean years ago.
Did you? So you've been here years then. Interesting.
It's just scrap.
Is this really it? Is this a one-screen area? Huh. I wasn't expecting this to be so... Well, such a small area.
Junk is another robot's treasure.
Hmm.
If only I were another robot.
Hmm. Well, then I have to conclude that the rest of the things we need are probably here then. I just... through the door?
I can't see anything to do with it.
Or in the lockbox? Oh, is that more conduits?
It's 3 pieces of Gordium conduit.
Whoa, hey!
Unfortunately, one of them is completely corroded and worthless.
I think that's still the correct number, though. Yeah. Do we combine it with the putty to create the longer cable we needed?
That's never going to work.
Okay. Apparently not. How do I combine them? Or don't I? Well, I'll tell you what. First things first. Since fast travelling seems to be free, let's head back here and see if this will do the job.
It won't work until they're locked together.
Okay, we do need to combine them somehow. I just don't know how we do that. Crispin, can you do that? Interesting. Combining Crispin and items doesn't appear to be a mechanic. Okie dokie. Back to the junk pile. What other adventure games have I played? What, on stream or altogether? I did Torrens Passage a while back. That's actually one from my childhood. I did Monkey Island 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do Monkey Island 5? I'd have to check which one Monkey Island 5 was, but I did a lot of the Monkey Island games. I seem to remember I skipped one Monkey Island game because it was considered by my viewers as being not worth bothering with. I did the latest Monkey Island game, The Return to Monkey Island. I've done Gemini Rue. I've done... Oh, what else have I done? I know there's more than that. I've not done Full Throttle, no. I've done Grim Fandango. That's a jolly good one. Oh, let me check. Oh, of course. I did the Legend of Corandia games very recently. So, the original Legend of Corandia game I did when I was about 10 and I got soft locked right at the very end. And so I went back and I ended up doing the entire series 1 through 3. Which was jolly good. What else have I done? Could that be it on stream?
Boss,
I've done quite a lot of puzzle games as well, but actual adventure games, that might be it.
So you can go steal power cores?
Power cores and fembots.
Excuse me? Yeah, I'm gonna say that was probably... Oh, I did Loom! Of course I did Loom. Loom's a good one. Yep, I think that's all the ones I've streamed. I have not played Baba Is You. Let me add that to my list. No, I did like the Mist series, I did The Witness, I did the Talos Principle, I did oh, what's it called? The Roman one. The Forgotten City. Oh, I know I've done a lot more than that. I have done Portal. I have Portal 1 and 2. Actually, Superliminal, it's funny you should say that. That was a Christmas present to me this year from one of my friends, and I've got it on the list of games to do soon. Entropy Center? No, not heard of that one. When I say soon, I've actually got a bit of a not quite a backlog, but a longer than normal list of games I should be getting through in the near future. Often I don't have games lined up far into the future, but I got a few games this year and a few games that I was intending to play anyway. What other puzzle games have I done? Oh, Her Story. I did that last stream. What else do we have? I mentioned the Talos Principle before. Oh, I did some community maps for the Talos Principle as well. Antechamber, I did Antechamber.
No, I'm going to wish that I'd sewn more pockets into my cloak.
Oh, the Return of the Obra Dinn. That was good. I really did enjoy that one. Bit of a slow game, but I did enjoy it. Braid. Oh, I also did. Oh, I did the Myst series 1 through 5, but I also did Abduction. I ended up doing Abduction twice because I died right near the end of my first playthrough, and rather than just reloading, I came back to it about a year later. Eric the Unready, that's a very late text adventure. It's so late that it actually has quite a lot of graphics in it, but it is a text adventure. I think that's probably it. Yeah. Superliminal is epic, it's art. Ooh. I'll look forward to that then. Right, what were we doing? We're looking for spark plugs and we have enough conduits, don't we? We're not sure how we're going to combine them.
Better just to leave it alone.
Why? If these are just lights in the middle of nowhere, what would be the worst thing that could possibly happen if you interfered with them? Buddy Simulator 1984 is an interesting game. I'll add it to the list. So games that go on the list, these aren't necessarily games that I'm promising to play. It's just I have a list of games I've either stumbled across and might like to play or that have been suggested to me. And when I do get stuck for games to play, I look at the list and I try to come up with something that looks fun. Yes, me too, I like lists.
It's closed.
I don't suppose Crispin has any lockpicking abilities, does he?
I don't really want to try that.
Fair enough. Can I send Crispin into the junk?
Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss?
I don't combine the cable and the conduits, do I?
It's a data cable, not a power cable.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But since we don't need a data cable and we do need a power cable, I was wondering if you could like strip the outer layer and then use it to lock the conduits together, but apparently not. That doesn't seem to do much. Let's go back to the ship. If there used to be a power cable there, possibly there's something we can salvage? Although I don't see any such thing. Anything up here, possibly? Clouds? Why can I select the clouds?
Strange clouds, huh, boss? Strange clouds, huh, boss?
How long do you try until you Google it? I suppose, actually, to be honest, it depends how much difficulty I'm having with the game. I'm usually very, very slow to seek help.
Boss, maybe we should try to get back inside the Unique and make sure everything's okay?
There's certainly been occasions when I've... Oh, I think I may have figured something out. We'll have to check in a minute. There've certainly been occasions when I've spent more than an hour on stream trying to solve something, although I probably shouldn't do that because I know it's boring for the viewers. Fortunately, I often have very kind viewers that are willing to drop hints rather than tell me the solution. Just help me focus on the important. Focus on what's important in solving the puzzle. But yeah, if I get really, really stuck, I wouldn't be above looking it up. It's just I'm very slow to do that.
Only a little sliver left before the moon wanes entirely.
Well, I'm glad we're not the only ones running out of power.
I wouldn't say the moon's running out of power. That's actually quite a large moon, isn't it? In terms of proportion of the sky. That suggests that the moon might actually... Assuming this is Earth, that suggests that the moon might actually be closer to Earth than it is today. Which is strange, because the moon is actually very, very slowly moving away from Earth in reality. If you could time travel back to the days of the dinosaurs, for example, I understand you would notice that the moon is ever so slightly bigger in the sky. Anyway, the thing that I thought I figured out, when Crispin said about we should go into the Univac and see if everything's alright, Horatio specifically said the problem with going down the hatch is he can't see anything. He can't see where the rungs are, so maybe we are supposed to acquire one of those lamps somehow. Perhaps the halogen lamp, the smaller one of the two. And then we can go down onto the ship and get the parts we need.
Could you grab that lantern?
Sure thing, boss.
Yes! Progress.
You know, I always wanted to be able to fly. That's why I built you with a maglev unit.
Not so that you could store tools on hard-to-reach ledges.
Well, that too.
And how did the big lantern get up there? Nowadays people want to play through every game in 1 to 2 hours. When I was young it took me months to solve all the puzzles. Yeah, to be honest I'd say that's my nature as well. But I do understand I have to strike a certain compromise when I'm streaming.
An electric lantern that I cobbled together years ago.
Yes! Right, tell me more about the gospel.
It couldn't hurt to bring the gospel of man with us.
The
Going to
gospel of
pray
man.
for a miracle, boss?
We are man's miracle, Crispin. Let's hope that's enough.
Interesting. Can you tell me more? Oh wow! This is actually a book I can look inside. Before I read all this, how long is it?
I've read enough.
Oh, that's alright. In the beginning, all was still and silent. Then, man, the All-Builder, spoke the word, and the word begat the code, and so the world began to spin. Thus dawned the Primordium, the first age, the age of building. Man moved across the world and built many wonders. In the heavens he paved the sky roads, on the land he raised mystic towers, and in the dark depths he dug colossal caves. Most incredible of all were the many machines designed by man. But still, the All-Builder was not satisfied. So with both his hands, man built a body of steel in his own image, and with his right hand he gave logic, and memory he gave with his left. Then man said, "Now, I will quicken this machine with the spark of power, and together we shall walk upon the earth." And it was done. Thus spun the world, and grew the code, and multiplied the living machines. Living machines, interesting. And slowly passed the Primordium. Who can count the versions and generations that marked that age? In time, the All-Builder looked upon the many things he had built, the sky roads and the mighty towers. I wonder what a sky road is. And above all, upon the living machines. Weary with his labour, man sat himself beside the robot and said unto them, "For you, my children, I spoke the word, and fired the engine of the world. For you I wrote the code, and to you I gave logic and memory." Notice that labour is spelt the American way, interestingly enough. Then man the All-Builder stood and took the machines in his hands, and guided them to a great mountain top. Together they looked upon the world in its beauty. "All this was made for you, and now unto you all this is given. Keep it, tend it, and make it flourish." And the All-Builder fell silent and passed from the world, and so ended the Primordium. Interesting. So are we to understand that in this universe, mankind has gone extinct, and the world is inhabited entirely by the machines that that mankind left behind, and possibly other species? We don't know whether all non-mechanical life has been wiped out or not yet. What does that say? That looks like a T and then an E, but that doesn't make sense. I think it's supposed to say something like, there are lesser machines built by those built by man. But that can't be there. As we are but humble images of the All-Builder, so he is the perfection of our forms. A machine of unbreakable form, endless memory, and absolute logic. For this we revere him and speak the word, and keep the code, and tend the world he gave us.
I've read enough.
No problem, I read books in Skyrim. I haven't read a lot of the books in Skyrim because I've played very little Skyrim, but I did used to read the books in Morrowind back in the day.
So that's where you keep it.
Why were you looking for my plasma torch?
No reason.
Uh-huh. Okay, we have a plasma torch for what that's worth. That might help us get through that door. What was I thinking? Yeah, there are some actual stories in Morrowind that aren't, you know, that they're not bad for short stories, it has to be said. Some less so than others.
I can't pick that up. The controls for this hatch are unresponsive.
Well, that's what we have a plasma torch for, I would suggest.
I'm trying to fix the unique, not destroy it.
Okay. Point taken.
I don't need to bring these with me.
After all, boss, life is stranger than fiction.
I tried to get into Morrowind, but can't. That's interesting. If you don't mind my asking, what do you think it was that was a stumbling block? I mean, it is a very old game, of course, but I get the impression that wouldn't put you off. Alrighty, how do I leave? I want to go back out. Or is this my life now? I'll tell you what I should do. I should save. So there's some power here.
There's still some power in the circuit.
Boss, shouldn't you have thought of that before coming down here? We could have been stuck.
I could have just ridden you back to the deck.
Really?
No, Routing that much power to your maglev unit would cause it to explode.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I couldn't find a working fuse to solve the problem.
I'm a floating bomb. I'm a floating bomb. Sweet.
That's interesting. So if we could find a fuse, we could actually make Crispin a viable form of transportation. I'm going to write that down. With fuse, could... Wrong pen, that's the one that's run out. Could ride Crispin. Maybe because I don't have nostalgia and it looks ugly. Right, what am I doing? I should try to combine these conduits. Will the plasma torch do it? Can they just be welded together, essentially?
Time for a little welding.
Well, hey! Progress.
Wow, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Knot cutter, an easy solution to an impossible problem. Well, I wouldn't say impossible. Is that the new cable we made? Well, hey! Halfway to a solution. Right. Let's make our way back to... Whoops. Let's make our way back to the junk pile. Let's see if we can plasma torch ourselves into a few places.
Let's see if this works.
Well, hey again.
Is that a spark plug?
Yes!
Who locks up?
Actually, I think that box was some kind of machine.
You killed it!
Recycled it. I guess it was actually some kind of machine. I'm pretty sure it was already dead, though.
Interesting.
It's a reinforced steel.
Alright, no getting in that door yet then. Let's make our way back. We've got all the parts we need for the emergency generator now. Where? Here. I wish there was a simpler way I could put an item in this area up here. It's kind of weird that I have to like pick the object up, then put it down, and then exit this menu, then go back here. I'm sure I'm doing that wrong, but I don't know what the intention is. Right, well in theory this should be working. Welcome back, Orp. Yes, you say that Morrowind looks ugly. You're not wrong that the graphics have not dated well. I have always played the game with graphical mods though. Like, when I say always, I mean like since I had the game, which would have been only like a year or two after it came out. Can you click it and then click somewhere outside of the inventory? I'm pretty sure I can. But... oh, that's how it works. Thank you. I was thinking I'd be like clicking on things to combine them. No, that actually makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, there's actually like a little short list of mods I always play Morrowind with. So to be fair, despite the fact I must have put hundreds of hours into Morrowind over the years, I wouldn't play it completely unmodded. At some point, probably not in the near future, but at some point I do intend to do a playthrough on stream, which will be slightly modded, so that may or may not be something you'd be interested in. All I remember was this ugly guy in a house and I had to do something for him. You're probably thinking of Caius Casades. Was that in Balmora?
Whew, I thought we were in trouble when Big Ugly stole our core. But just like that, problem solved.
I wouldn't say problem
Problem
solved.
is not solved.
Well, I agree. The noise leaves something to be desired.
This is an emergency generator, Crispin.
Well, it was an emergency, boss.
It only runs for a few days, if that.
Oh. Well, do we have another one?
No. Which means it still is an emergency.
Well, in that case, first dibs on the recharge station.
Oh, they can both recharge at the same time.
So, what's the plan, boss?
We need to recover our power core.
Or we could just take the train to Metropole and live in luxury.
First of all, there is no train to Metropole. And second, even with full charges, we can't just walk there. But more importantly, I hate that city. It's in my core logic. I don't know why,
Interesting.
but I can't change it.
Okay. In that case, can you just make us a new power core?
Yes, but I need some kind of strong energy source for that.
And you just make one of those too? I'm just asking.
No, but somewhere around here are the plans for an energy sensor.
That's awfully convenient.
I designed it a long time ago, before I made you. I even found a sodium iodide crystal to use in the sensor.
Interesting.
No man alone knows where it's buried now.
Charged up, that hit the spot. But for how much longer? Let's have a quick save, shall we? Oh, I don't know.
I've never been able to figure it out. I don't need any of these right now.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Morrowind is genuinely one of my all-time favourite games, although it is true to say that there is more than a bit of nostalgia for me.
Crispin, why is your diary still scattered all over the floor?
Are you going to keep nagging me until we run out of power, boss?
Yes. I don't need any of these right now.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Well, you said that there's plans around here, but you're not interested in looking through the literature that's here?
I've never been able to figure it out.
What is that sound? Voices? Like some sort of radio or something? Join us in Metropole, the city of glass and light. Very strange. Radio. Ah!
I bet I can find a better use for this plug.
But now we can't listen to the sweet voice of Metropole.
I guess that makes two birds.
Excellent. I do wonder if we're going to need to use this in the future, possibly not tuning into Metropole, but something else. Oh, what did I just pick up? It said LCD screen.
A Quentin Questron LCD monitor. It's a universal interface plug.
Interesting.
It's Crispin's to-do list. Funny how it never gets any shorter.
That's your fault, boss, not mine.
The original designs for Crispin.
Hey, there are arms here! An awesome set of tractor treads!
I went with a maglev unit instead, and I never could find good arms. There's the design. I'll put the keynotes into my data pouch.
How does it even work?
The crystal pulses
Excellent.
when it absorbs energy. The cable carries the pulse to the computer. The computer decodes the information and displays it on the monitor.
Boss, where are we going to find a working computer?
The Unique is full of them.
Oh, right.
The energy
Excellent.
sensor requires a sodium iodide crystal connected to a cable, which
Right.
in turn needs to be connected to a CPU and a monitor.
Sounds straightforward enough. I'm playing Soma now. Some kind of psychological horror walking simulator game. Yes, I've never played Soma, but I did see a Let's Play of it quite a few years ago, so
Boss, is it okay if I sleep in the cradle until we have a new power core?
No.
so I do actually know the story of that game.
The only way I can use this is by plugging something in.
Okay. Is this what we're supposed to plug the computer into when we're building the sensor? I assumed it would be the LCD screen, so it would have a portable energy sensor. What else do we have here? Ah, this takes us back out. Okay. Good to know. So we're still looking for the sodium iodide crystal, was it? Oh, that rag could be good for the grease. Never mind.
Wow, first the power core and now a rag. This is not your day.
That was my favourite rag. Why can I select the beam?
I can't pick that up.
But why would you want to? Phonograph. Interesting. Do you like the organic graphic style? Oh, you mean how all the machines here seem like they're almost growing? Yeah, it's quite nice. Must have been a lot of work to do, though. Imagine having to draw this. Imagine how long it would take, you know, like just to draw this screen.
I don't think that would be wise.
Wait, is that part of the same airship as this? Has it been torn in half? That doesn't seem like it's going to be easy to repair. Right, so we're looking for some sort of crystal, and
I've never been able to figure it out.
well, if it's a machine that doesn't do anything you can figure out, perhaps we can extract the computer from it.
There's no reason to cut that, or burn it, or weld it.
Alright. Just an idea. Let me update my to-do list. So, fix emergency generator is done. We've been into the lockbox. So, next is... what was the crystal called? There was a specific name for it, wasn't there? Oh, hold on. The datapad probably has more information. Crystal connector cable.
The cable carries the pulse to the computer.
I thought we had the
There needs
connector.
to be some kind of connector between the crystal and the cable. Plans for an energy sensor. The crystal pulses when it absorbs energy.
And what about the CPU? I think what we're looking for now is just the crystal and the CPU. I think we have the connector and the display already. Could be wrong. But even if we find out where the power core is, what are we going to do about that? Because whatever that creature was, it made short work of us before and presumably would again.
I can't pick that up.
Is there anything underneath that sheet metal?
There's no reason to cut that, or burn it, or weld it.
That's fair enough.
That piece of sheet metal really ties the room together, boss.
Okie dokie. Ah, do we take the radio apart? Doesn't look like it. I can't select the radio as a whole, just like the dial and the power.
There's nothing I can do with it until I have some kind of power source.
Interesting. So why did Crispin want to sleep in there? Socket. Oh, maybe this is the CPU. Possibly. I mean, it's just called interface, which is pretty generic. I don't think the crystals go...
boss, I'm pretty sure that if I build myself a robot companion, it's going to be a sleek gynoid and not a wisecracking sidekick.
Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure gynoid would mean resembling a woman. What was I thinking? I'm pretty sure the crystals on board the ship because Horatio mentioned having acquired the crystal in the past. And so you wouldn't expect it to have turned up at the junk pile, for example.
I've never been able...
A bit of a loss to figure out where it's ended up, though. Oh, CPU and monitor are supposed to be combined. Oh, that's probably why the... That's probably why the LCD screen may not be enough on its own. Although it does raise a question. What do they mean by connector then? If it's distinct from the cable. So let's listen to these again.
Plans for an energy sensor. The crystal pulses when it absorbs energy.
Right.
There needs to be some kind of connector between the crystal and the cable.
Gotcha.
The cable carries the pulse to the computer. The computer decodes the information and displays it on the monitor.
With you. Okay. We have a data cable, don't we? So there's this plug. Do the plug and the cable go together? Long cable, stroke plug. Okay, and can I put that into the LCD screen?
The monitor is designed to socket directly into a CPU.
With you. So do we need a CPU separately, or is that going to be part of the UNIVAC?
That's never going to work. How would that even work?
Okay, this is a completely separate machine by the sounds of things. So that suggests we need a CPU and a crystal, which I think would already come to the conclusion that's what we were looking for, but for the wrong reasons. Ooh, the telescope will be working, won't it? I don't know if that's going to be useful, but it's probably worth a check. Oh, I type in coordinates or something. Okay.
This isn't the time to test out the telescope.
Alright. Oh, I can't turn it off. It would appear now that it's on permanently. So be it. So where did this crystal go? Unfortunately, it's becoming a bit of a pixel hunt, isn't it? Perhaps I've just missed something obvious.
So, boss, are you ever gonna try and find that rag you knocked loose? It can't have gone far.
Okay, sure. We'll do that then. If that's our hint. Not quite sure what good a rag is, but hey ho. Originally I was thinking we could try to use the rag to at least temporarily stop the hose from leaking. Right, there's only really two places the rag might have ended up if it's not on this screen. The screen we're going to now, and the junk pile. Ah, here's the rag.
Hopefully, finding the power core will be just as easy.
I doubt it.
Well, I have a rag. What about inside the robot head? Would we find a CPU?
There's no reason to cut that, or burn it, or weld it.
Alright. If you're sure. Right, let's find out if we can combine the rag with the damaged hose.
As much as I'd love to fix that leak someday, we have more important things to do.
Alright, just to check, what about a greasy rag? Is that useful?
That was a perfectly good rag.
Good for what?
You could have buffed me till I shined, boss. At least then, when they found my powerless chassis lying in the dunes, they'd say, wow, look at that gorgeous piece of machinery.
I think I'd rather have some grease.
Right, not sure what we're using the grease for. But for what it's worth, we now have a greasy rag. Lucky us. Let's go back to the junk pile. I doubt the crystal's there. Maybe we could find a CPU here. Maybe.
Still locked.
I'm less convinced.
How do you lose a crystal, boss? If I had one, I'd attach it to my head.
That's why I put it somewhere you wouldn't find it.
You can't hide something shiny forever. Danger! Danger! Boss, since everything else awesome in the unique, by which I mean the plasma torch, turns up in your room, maybe we should look there for the crystal.
Okay, that's some pretty big hints. So it's probably in his room. Probably it's notionally hidden.
I still don't see why I don't get a bed.
Because you have a flat bottom to rest on.
Looking at my bottom, are you, boss?
Yes. That wasn't so smooth, was it? I don't get it, like... I've searched this area, haven't I? Unless I have to combine an item with something. What have we got? Data pouch, putty, lantern, Gospel of Man, plasma torch, LCD screen, long cable stroke plug, and the sticky rag. Really, is it sticky? I'd have thought it'd be slippery. It's not like connected to the... No, it's not connected to the ladder. No, I don't smoke. Why'd you ask? Crystal!
Aha! Here's the crystal.
Right under our noses. That is, if we had noses.
Excellent. Progress.
I need something to hold it in place to carry the charge.
Right, didn't we get some... Wait, what? I thought we combined the connector with the...
A long cable.
with the, cable specifically so it could hold the crystal.
Let's cut a little cable off. I need something to hold it in place. That's never going to...
Short cable slash plug. Okay, that may have been a mistake.
I need something to...
Oh, the putty, of course.
Are you really trying to build us an energy sensor from a bunch of garbage?
Crispin, I built you from a bunch of garbage.
From spare parts, boss. Spare parts.
Well, just goes to show. Garbage in, greatness out.
One of the things I find interesting about this is that I'm combining all these items, but I could have combined them in different orders. So the developers have probably had to make several items which only exist to be intermediates. Like, they'd have actually had to have drawn what the combination of several of these items is, just in the off chance the player decides to combine them one way rather than another.
I need to plug them into a computer.
Okay, what about the socket over here? Will that do? Interesting. So it keeps changing. Wait, is it settled? I think it's settled. And presumably these are the coordinates for the telescope, I would guess. So let's write these down. Six, 7, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 9.
Now we just need to check out these coordinates.
But
Oh.
didn't you just tell me we don't have enough power to go walking all over the dunes?
No, I said we couldn't walk to Metropole. Anyway, most of these are close by.
But what if it's picking up, oh, I don't know, a radioactive rust monster?
A what?
Or a giant cannibal robot?
There's no such thing.
Or an unexploded bomb?
I highly doubt that.
Or a giant lightning storm?
Okay, you're right. We need to know what's out there before we take off. It's just a matter of figuring out how.
Why is nothing easy?
I can think of one reason.
Oh, I do hope that Crispin there wasn't foreshadowing things we are going to encounter on our journey. I was going to say, I wonder if the power core has ended up in Metropole City.
Nothing but radioactive waste. We can't salvage anything from that.
Interesting. Interesting that it would show up, though. Radioactive waste. Noted. What's the next one? 212.
It's pitch black.
Boss, that's because the telescope's pointing straight down at the deck.
Oh.
Okay. Us. I suppose I should probably put the univac in. Sorry, the unique. I suppose I should put unique in brackets there. So, presumably it's 159.
Strange. There's There's some kind of odd device surrounded by glass. Whatever that machine is, it must be throwing off some kind of energy.
Why do I not like the sound of this?
Interesting. And we have a new location. Wonderful news. Let's have a quick save, shall we? Before we head there. Before we charge into danger. Off we go. There's a robot here, okay?
Nothing worth salvaging.
What about that big glass bowl?
Yeah, I could slap some duct tape on it and wear it over my head. I don't think so.
Obsidian Lake. Really? Obsidian? That's a volcanic rock, isn't it? I think it's actually a type of glass.
I can't see anything to do with it.
A bomb. With candles around it. Are these robots worshipping an unexploded bomb? Much as Crispin was foreshadowing.
Welcome, wanderer of the wide wastes. Lost one, pilgrim. Welcome once more to the shrine to man, our lord and builder. I am ever faithful Leobild, steward of the shrine, preacher of the humanist creed, and I am once more at thy service.
Interesting. Oh, we have dialogue. Right. Leobild, he called himself, didn't he? Was he a preacher of man? Once more?
Once more? I don't remember ever meeting you. I'm Horatio Nullbuild, version 5.
5 is a righteous number, holy before man, for 5 were the primordial stewards, built by man to safeguard the last lost city of Metropole. But I met thy first version and thy third. Thou camest in thy infancy in wrath confusion, denouncing the shrine as a weapon once turned against thee. Later, thou returnest, penitent, and I taught thee the mysteries of humanism. Yet, though memory be fleeting, faith endureth.
Yeah, it does look like a weapon. Interesting. So what are these versions then? I mean, I'd assumed originally that, like, the next version would be their offspring, or just a different individual based on the previous, or something like that. But it sounds like this Leobild still considers Horatio to be the same person, even though it's a different version. What is that thing?
What is that thing?
That thing, O defile not thy tongue, wanderer. Yon shrine is a relic of the Primordian, ancient and glorious. Imbued with man's power, it changed the very sand to crystal.
Did he just say power?
Yes, yes he did.
Yeah, but it's a bomb. To be fair, no. I was going to say, if it's a nuclear bomb, I wonder if you could turn it into a nuclear reactor. But I doubt you could. I strongly suspect the conditions that are required to... the sort of reaction you would want to generate to be a good nuclear bomb is probably very, very different to that which you would want in a healthy nuclear reactor. Yes, volcanic glass. I'm looking for a big robot.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws that shoot lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
Indeed, the very thing passed this way scarce hours ago. With a gentle hand I bestowed a gift upon the heathen, a relic from yon shrine. So tamed it hied hence unto the waste.
Really? Where did it go?
I followed the thing for many miles, exhorting it to follow the path of righteousness. But I fear it was unready for enlightenment, for it struck me down with a beam of energy.
That sounds familiar.
Do you know where it was heading?
Indeed, wanderer, its way was clear. It sought to return to the den of iniquity that once in mine own youth I fled.
And where is that?
Set thy path in the 73rd degree and thou shalt find it. Thy destination is a dome arising from the waste. Go, but keep with thee the word of man, lest wickedness lead thee astray.
Ooh, progress. Is this going to be the city? Presumably not. Metropole. I am also a humanist.
I am also a humanist.
So I taught thee, Wanderer. If thou hast kept the faith, then unto this shrine thou mayest pay devotion. But this is the relic for the adept, not the neophyte, Wanderer. And I must know that thou hast not fallen into darkness and heresy. Answer me these questions three, that I may know thou art faithful still.
I think that was a Monty Python reference. Why are you here? I should write these down because it may be relevant later. Why are you here? Because man created us.
Because man created us.
Indeed. What is man?
What is man? The first builder. A perfect machine is also possible.
The first builder.
Nay, but he is not the first builder. For first he spake, and spake the word, and 'twas the word that built the code. Go now and study the teachings of man.
I'm ready to be tested again.
I'm ready to be tested again.
Answer me these questions three, that I may know thou art faithful still. Why are we here?
Because man created us.
Because man created us.
Indeed. What is man?
Man created us. The perfect machine. Or a perfect machine.
A perfect machine.
Thou answerest simply, but the simplest answer may be the truest, and here thou speakest truly. With what duty did man charge us?
And the last question is, what duty did man charge us with? Or was it with what duty did man charge us? So, with what duty did man charge us? And it's to tend the world, isn't it? To maintain the world, to praise him always, to spread humanism to others, to build machines in his image, I don't know. To maintain the world.
To maintain the world.
Yea, brother, for it is written that man said unto the machines, keep this world, tend it, and make it flourish. That, then, is our first and foremost charge. So thou hast studied the catechism. I shall question thee on that matter no more. But tell me, Wanderer, dost thou know thyself? Who art thou?
Who art thou? Interesting. One of man's works.
One of man's works.
Thou speakest truly, Wanderer, but incompletely. For if thou wert naught by one of man's works, then what difference betwixt thee and junkyard scrap? Know thyself, then return.
I know my name.
I know my name.
Who art thou?
Horatio Noble, version 5.
Horatio Noble, version 5.
Nay, Wanderer, but thou art not. Though thou callest the sun the moon, yet still it is the sun. Horatio is the name thou wearest, but is not thee. Know thyself, then return.
Okay. So I take it I can't.
Nay, Wanderer, thou art not worthy of this shrine.
I see.
Okie dokie. Noted. We'll have to come back for that one later, I assume. Right. Off to the dome. I noticed the map's filling up quite quickly. I imagine...
Whoa, look at all this wrecked stuff. Do you think Big Ugly did all this?
No. Whatever happened here happened a long time ago.
Ooh, I wonder if... the individual Crispin calls Big Ugly could be some sort of military machine that was left behind after some
This is
disaster.
probably the coolest place we've been yet. Guns, tanks, broken down robots.
It's some kind of broken down android.
Interesting. Why has it got a skull? I don't think that's an android.
We might be able to learn something from such a primitive robot design.
Like how to build a power core?
Very funny. There's a radio transmitter in here.
Yes. Endoskeleton, indeed. Anti-air gun.
Ah, there's a basic targeting CPU in here, and it's still intact.
Let's just hope there aren't any incoming space invaders or missiles that the gun was supposed to take care of.
I'll be very surprised if the gun's still working after all this time, and in a way, whether there's still ammunition, and ammunition that's in a good condition. In a way, I'd be more surprised if that were the
Completely
case.
corroded and worthless. Better just to leave it alone.
You think? Not go in there?
Strange clouds, huh, boss?
Yeah, the map's filling up quite quickly, so I imagine fairly soon we're gonna go to a new area. That's, completely different to this, could be wrong.
Anyone home?
Maybe it's voice activated and password locked.
Open.
Open. No luck.
Unlock.
Unlock. No luck.
Well, we have a plasma cutter. Plasma torch, even.
No luck. The door's too thick. Very funny.
Let's have a look at that radio transmitter. We have a CPU. Wait, what happened to the radio transmitter? Did we not pick it up?
Empty.
Strange.
We might be able to learn something from such a primitive robot design.
Like how to build.
Very funny.
Oh, if he genuinely thinks that's an android, whether or not it is or not, then would he not want to open it up? Nope. Apparently not. CPU? Nope. Signal transmitter. Oh, that must have been the thing we picked up.
A pretty basic radio transmitter. Looks like its battery is dead.
Interesting. What would we do with that? Hold on, I should probably check something. The Gospel of Man didn't mention anything about who we are, did it? There are lesser machines built by those built by man. As we are but humble images of the All-Builder, so he is the perfection of our forms. A machine of unbreakable form, endless memory and absolute logic. For this we revere him and speak the word and keep the code and tend the world he gave us. Yeah. No help there. M.
Large M.
Or maybe a rotated E. Or an upside down W.
M. Metropole. All good guesses. Man.
Man. No luck. M. No luck.
Metropole.
Metropole. No luck. E. No luck. W. No luck. E. No luck.
I do like the fact that as he gets more information, we get more dialogue options, but the dialogue options aren't necessarily correct. They are just guesses. It also made me wonder if we could perhaps use the transmitter to gain access. I can't combine it with the LCD screen, can I? Right, so I combined the sensor and monitor.
CPU and a monitor.
I thought it was just a CPU. Well, a CPU and a monitor, but not a sensor. Right, can I put the signal transmitter in?
The transmitter isn't turning on. The transmit... A pretty basic...
No.
How would that even...
I don't know, I'm just combining things.
There's no reason to cut that.
Okay, so I can't use the plasma torch to just undo anything I've put together. Which means this was probably the right idea. What for, I haven't quite worked out yet. Wait, does it have a battery and it's just powered down?
A pretty basic radio transmitter. Looks like its battery is dead.
Oh, that's alright. We'll just go back and put it in the charging thing. It's not a charging cradle, is it? Charging station, was it? Something like that. Recharge station, that's the one. Please recharge signal transmitter.
The transmitter doesn't have any kind of recharge port.
Oh. Well, it's nice of the developers to have thought of that one. Does leave me at a bit of a loss though. I mean, am I supposed to put a new battery in? Wait. Maybe I extract the battery first, and then I charge it.
There's no reason to cut that.
Nope. I wonder if I combine the crystal cable plug with the sensor and monitor, do I get a portable energy locator?
Well, boss, you did it again.
Mobile sensor. Wonderful.
It's a mobile energy sensor. I just need to wave it over something to see if it has a power source. I don't think that
Excellent.
would be wise. I don't think that...
Where's the map? Let's make our way back to the dome.
It's not detecting any energy.
Interesting.
It's not detecting any... It's detecting energy.
That's on Crispin.
It's not detecting any energy. It's not detect... It's not... It's not detecting... It's not detecting...
No energy on anything here other than Crispin. EFL. S Primordial Stewards. Oh, ever faithful Leo built, presumably. S Primordial Stewards. That's probably 5 Primordial Stewards. Why are we here? What is man? What is our duty? Who am I? Let's make our way back to Ever Faithful. I'm guessing Ever Faithful. You notice how Ever Faithful seems to have a flag? Let's see if Ever Faithful's powered. I would very much imagine so.
It's detecting energy. It's detecting energy.
Okay. Wait, the mail bot.
It's not detecting any energy.
Interesting. Do you know how to enter the dome?
I found the dome you described, but it is closed up. Do you know how to get in?
Nay, Wanderer, for never did I plan to return down that dark path.
I know my name.
I know my name.
Who art thou?
A free robot.
A free robot.
I Wanderer, free thou art, for man created thee free to revere him. But many are free, and yet are not thee. Know thyself, then return.
Okay. Any ideas,
We should
Crispin?
ask Ever Faithful about giving us some power.
I think that's a really bad idea, but okay, we'll try it.
I'm looking for a power source, and I detected one here. Can you help? This is a matter of life and death.
Power is not mine to bestow, Wanderer. It is the gift of man, yea, the very spark of life in our iron shells. Who am I to usurp that sacred power?
I'm not sure I was clear.
Nay, thou wert clear, Wanderer, but thy question leads only to darkness. Ask another.
Yep, that honestly was
Fare thee
about
well, Wanderer. I shall meet thee hence.
that was honestly about the best outcome I could have expected.
That was ridiculous.
Something must be wrong with his language processing unit.
That's the least of his problems, boss. A shrine? That thing's a giant bomb. And I thought you were crazy about that humanist stuff. Boss, as long as we're checking coordinates, we might as well keep looking, right? Danger! Danger! Boss, as long as we're checking...
Right, so I don't think Crispin has anything more useful to say in this location. Let's go to the dome.
Completely corroded and worthless.
I thought I clicked on Crispin. Seems rude.
Boss, as long as we're checking coordinates... Okay, fine. Here's an idea. You stop bothering me. Boss, as long as we're checking coordinates, we might...
Alright, but we've checked all the locations we know about, haven't we? Hmm. I'm at a bit of a loss. How about we head back to the junk pile? I'm not confident, but we haven't been here since we had the portable energy sensor, so that might be interesting.
It's not detecting any energy.
Wait, what's that?
A pretty basic radio transmitter. Looks like its battery is dead. Better just to leave it alone.
Oh, I think it's the mobile sensor that's beeping. It means there's power near here.
It's not detecting any energy. It's not the. It's not the.
Then where?
It's not the. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not the. It's not the. It's not the.
Oh, I can use it like a Geiger counter, can I?
Hey, you found something.
Power
There's
source.
no way I can reach that.
But you know who might be able to? Oh, I really like that mechanic. I really, really like that mechanic.
Crispin, go and see if you can find the power source.
Good luck, Crispin.
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
A battery. A besotting battery.
Well, it's better than no battery. Yes. Oh, needle in a haystack. Use technology to do the impossible. Yes, Basod is an interesting little curse word substitute they've come up for in this world, isn't it? Right, can I swap it out? Can I swap the batteries out up with the battery in the signal transmitter?
Maybe someday the transmitter will give us a power source in return, huh, boss?
Very funny. A pretty basic radio transmitter. By playing with the settings, I can send up to a 4-digit signal.
I reckon that's how we get into the dome. I reckon... it's essentially a key, or like a modern electronic car key. Although, based on what Horatio just said, I'm a little concerned I may need a code as well, a code that I don't know.
Ooh, good idea, boss. Maybe it's remote controlled.
Crispin, get back.
Yes, as I feared. Alright, we don't know the code, so I'm not going to try. I could brute force it, but I don't particularly want to. Let's see, if there is some sort of clue.
Boss, if you had to choose between letting your builder die a horrible death or stealing his plasma torch, which would you do?
Crispin, stealing my plasma torch isn't going to save me from destruction.
It was a hypothetical question. I wasn't talking about us.
What was I thinking? If there's a clue as to how we get in here, it's going to be in this location, isn't it? There's no numbers on this body, is there? No. That would be a little bit too convenient, wouldn't it? Is there any power around here? Doesn't seem like it. I just don't see any logical reason why the digits would be anywhere else. Like, why would it be, for example, over by the unique? The unique, as far as we know, has nothing whatsoever to do with this dome. I suppose there's a very slim chance it might be over by the shrine, since the dome and this bomb might be contemporaneous, but I doubt it, because even if they were, presumably whoever left this bomb was not a friend of the people in the dome.
Goodbye.
Very well.
I know my name.
Who art thou?
I am what I am.
I am what I am.
An elliptic answer, I wonder, and untrue. Man alone is his own essence. Thy essence comes from man. Know thyself, then return.
Right, so I couldn't possibly answer that question yet, it would seem.
Boss, as long as we're checking coordinates, we might...
Better just to leave it alone. It's detecting it.
Interesting that it's not acting like a Geiger counter now, though. So here's the thing, the code we used to locate that place, its coordinates as it were, well, one, it's probably relative to where we were before. We have no reason to believe it's an absolute coordinate. But even if it were an absolute coordinate, it was 3 digits, not 4. And I doubt... that makes me think that these two codes are expressing different things. Of course, you could fit a 3-digit code in a interface that expects up to 4 digits, but it seems unlikely. Just having a bit of a look around for power sources, that's all. I'm not particularly expecting to find one.
It's not detecting any energy.
No energy from the moon. Good to know. Alright, back we go. Back to the dome. So there must be a code here somewhere. I mean, I suppose I could try any combination, but it seems unlikely. You know, if it's expecting a code at all, you would assume it's some sort of log. It would be strange if it accepted any number.
That magnet back to the unique and accidentally wiped part of your memory?
No.
Yeah, aren't magnets great?
Uh-huh.
We might be able to learn something from such a primitive robot design.
Like how to build a power core?
Very funny.
So there is that M there. Wait. Nope, that was just the AA gun. I thought I found something for a second. M. 1,000. That's a pretty weak code. Well, it's worth a go.
Crispin, get back. No luck.
Nope. What am I missing?
Boss, as long as we're checking coordinates, we might as well keep looking, right?
Well, we've checked all the coordinates we know about. Unless some new power sources have appeared. Also, why can we select the clouds and the moon at these locations?
Same old moon.
Strange clouds, huh, boss?
Oh, the art in this game is so good.
Hey, boss, can I have that big gun for an arm?
Spare me your fantasies, Crispin. It's not detecting any energy. It's not detecting any energy.
That's a pity. I just find it so hard to believe there would be a clue to the code for this door at either the Univac, the junk pile, or the shrine. But equally, I'm not seeing whatever I'm supposed to be seeing here. Assuming I am supposed to be looking here.
Nothing worth salvaging. Nothing worth...
Hey, boss.
Completely... A large M.
What is the significance of that M? Maybe we can ask Ever Faithful, although I don't think we can. I'm pretty sure we knew about that before we spoke to him last.
Goodbye.
Very well, Wanderer.
Yes. Odd that the AA gun and the tank are here.
Are we there yet?
Are we where yet?
Wherever it is we're going.
No.
Given that I can't seem to interact with them, I take it the plasma torch does nothing.
There's no reason to cut that. There's no reason to...
Yeah, it does nothing.
There's no reason to cut that. Very funny.
Using the plasma torch on the moon causes them to say very funny. Alright, let's go for our inventory again. I've got a data pouch, a lantern, signal transmitter, which I think is going to let us get in there, Gospel of Man, plasma torch, sticky rag, don't see how that's relevant, cable and mobile sensor.
One of Everfaithful's questions. Everfaithful told me that 5 is a holy number because there were 5 primordial stewards in Metropole.
I mean, I could try 5. Again, that's for a 4-digit code, that seems a bit
Crispin, get back.
too simple, but you never know. Hold on. I just thought of something.
No luck.
What about that radio? Which, now we've... Wait, can we use the radio again? Oh, wrong type of cable, I think. I was just thinking, could there be a clue on the radio? Let's go back and see what the situation is. No, doesn't look like this will work again.
Nothing more to do with it. Nothing more to do.
I couldn't help you, I can't remember.
I don't think
That's
that would be
alright.
wise.
I've been stuck on this a while, but I'm not giving up yet. Oh, perhaps I should set a time limit though, so that we don't end up doing this for far too long. Let's say if I can't solve it in the next... If I can't make progress in the next 10 minutes, then I'll look it up. I mean, the only thing I can think is there a way I can record signals? Is there a way I could figure out what the last signal sent to that door was?
We might be able to learn something from such a primitive robot design.
Like how to build a power core?
Very funny. Empty. A large M.
Is there anywhere else associated with a large M? Let's go back to the junk pile. Actually, I suppose I should check all 3 locations. Nothing here particularly makes me think of the letter M. Wait, can I get into that door? Using the transmitter.
There's nothing there to receive the signal.
No. Can you use the rag with oil or something at the unique? I didn't find a use for it. I mean, I collected the grease with the rag earlier. So I now have a
As
sticky
much as
rag.
I'd love to
But I never found a use for it. Like, there's nothing here that I'm aware of that needs to be greased. I guess I could try it on that door I can't get into. It might just be stuck. Seems a bit unlikely, though.
I don't think that would be...
But we can give it a go.
I doubt that will have any effect.
Yeah, as do I. I doubt it's something like the M is 1,000 and the 5 stewards is 5. And so it's 1,005 or something like that, because that's just putting together two
Boss,
very
can I hold the
disparate...
plasma torch?
No,
Just to look at it.
no,
Please.
no.
Because that's two very disparate bits of information which we have no reason to associate with this location.
Completely correct. Complete.
There's nothing in the Gospel of Man about this, is there? Pretty sure there isn't. Oh, we are lesser machines built by man. That's what that says. That's a W. Got it. What do you say when you look at the sign above the door?
A large M.
And I think Crispin said something about it could be an E, it could be a W. Hold on, what about the sticky rag? Could there be more letters up there that we just haven't seen?
Futile. That's never going to work.
Oh, I was hoping it was like all dusty or something. Oh, if that had worked.
Better just to leave.
Any ideas, Crispin?
Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss? Is that really the best?
Here's the thing. If this used to be, I don't know, some sort of military bunker or something, and say that's a member of personnel that died when, I don't know, the food and water ran out or something, just sitting outside, I can fully understand and appreciate that they would have had the keys to get back in on their person. But it seems pretty unlikely that someone would have left the code on the outside. On the other hand, we do have good reason to believe that getting into the dome is the next big thing we're supposed to achieve. Because that's where tracking the energy source brought us to. I can't help but think this is the wrong way to go about it. Like, no one on the outside is likely to have left any notes about what the code is to get inside. Why would they? It's almost like we want to observe someone going in there. What places have I discovered thus far? I have discovered the dome, the junk pile, the shrine, the unique. I do believe that is all. Oh, this is for scrolling, presumably. Perhaps the map can get larger. Oh! When did I get that? I could try the... Metropole code. Huh. There's a bunch of other codes I could just put into the telescope as well, though. I don't know when and how I got those. Alrighty. Wait, what was the Metropole code? Let me double check. It was 894. Even if this doesn't work, we have options now. So, 8, 9, 4.
No luck.
No luck. That's alright. Have you found the big robot? I have not. I think there's a fair chance the big robot's on the inside, but that may not be the case. Let's make our way back then to the unique and check out a few more of these locations. What do I check here? I don't think there's much point in looking at Metropole, but I may as well. You never know. Perhaps what we'll see there won't be what we were expecting to see there. So 652 is a mystery. 817 is a mystery. Excuse me, is a mystery. 608 is a mystery. Right. The others we know. So it was 894, wasn't it, for Metropole?
Bright lights, big city.
Metropole is nothing but trouble.
So it is there. There is a city there. And the fact that there's lights suggests that it's not abandoned, it is still being actively maintained.
More waste.
Well, you're the one who loves the junk pile.
Scrap isn't waste.
If you say so, boss.
Interesting. So why was that added to our map? Not a map, our data pad.
Boss? That looks like a giant cannibal robot to me.
It looks promising is what it looks like.
And with that, poor doomed Horatio stuck his head into the giant's mouth.
I definitely missed the detail. Where did those coordinates come from?
That's strange. The sensor detected an energy source in the junk pile. Maybe we should go look more carefully.
Look at all the sensor coordinates. Oh, there must have been additional sensor coordinates which I as a player didn't scroll through or something. But the game did add to my datapad. I can't see how that makes sense otherwise. Right. Let me update my notes. Rads. Robot.
Geo-coordinate.
What was junk? I've got all those. Let's make our way to a certain robot then, shall we? Progress! Let's have a quick save as well. A celebratory save. So when you said the big robot, you meant the big robot.
Man's creation.
Okay, that looked like a nose. That looks like a nose, eyes, mouth. Not saying it is.
That is one big robot.
Then it must have a big power core.
I'm pretty sure he wants to eat me, boss.
Robots don't eat, Crispin.
Look how he's staring at me.
It's not staring at anything.
No, not yet anyway.
Well, we have to find a way to get at its power core. Let's look around.
Okay.
It's corroded, but I can't break into it with my bare hands.
I mean, if you just want to get into that, use the plasma torch, I assume.
Boss, are you really gonna cut that finger off?
Just the tip,
Why?
to see if we can get at power cables to tap into.
You sure you're
Ooh.
not just torturing the poor guy?
No, but to tell you the truth, for some reason I don't like the look of him.
That's what I've been saying all along, boss.
Just let me concentrate.
Oh, well, that's alright. If you don't like the look of him.
Bugs and glitches. There are no power lines running through here at all. All that for a rusty fingertip.
Can it generate power?
No.
Just checking.
Interesting. We can't select the hand anymore. What's that a
Crispin,
vents?
help me take a look at these vents. I can feel air moving.
Oh, so you do actually have a sense of touch. So you don't have a nose, so I assume you don't have any olfactory sensors. But you do have sight, sound and touch, it would seem.
That is one big robot.
Can I send Crispin in there?
Can you fly up and scout around?
That is honestly the worst idea you've ever had.
But
Worse than when you upgraded the dehumidifiers in the Unique.
it might be.
Worse than when you used your plasma torch as a lantern just to see if it would work.
A way in.
It's a giant robot's nose.
I'll take that as a no then.
Anyone home?
What about the mouth? Would you feel better about the mouth than the nose?
I doubt that will have any effect.
Let's have a look at this fingertip, actually.
A giant fingertip made of corroded steel.
Why would I need that? Oh. I've just had a really awful idea. Which is going to lead to a really crude joke, if I'm correct.
There's no way I can reach that. Crispin, try shoving this into that vent.
There's something ironic about that. Ironic and disturbing.
Yeah, so blocking the vent and seeing what happens, I suppose. But we'd need to block the other one. Which I don't think we have the means to do right now, do we? Is there another hand? Anything I'm missing? Oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't checked for a power source. I mean, locally. Nothing. Put Crispin in there. I did try and he wasn't having it. Maybe I'll have it now.
It's detecting energy. I can't reach, and I'd like to get a closer look anyway.
Let's see how Crispin feels now.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, Crispin's not up for it. That seems to be the entire area. Look at that parallax scrolling. I'm slightly surprised they didn't make it more parallax though. Like by having the head move at a different rate to the background, but still.
Anyone home?
I'm missing something, aren't I? Sticky rag. Cable, lantern. He said he wanted a better look, didn't he? We could try the lantern.
I think I see a giant brain?
Can you reach it?
No, the duct gets too narrow. I think I see it.
Can you reach?
No.
Interesting. A brain? How do you know what a brain is if you don't recognize a human body when you see it?
There's no way I can reach it.
That is...
Could you try pushing this rag into the vent?
Seriously?
Yes.
So much for getting buffed.
I greased
There,
it first.
It's clogged. I hope you're happy.
Haha!
You did it again.
In we go.
We?
Oh, by the hand of man. Come on.
I'm telling you, boss, that thing wants to eat me.
Crispin.
Fine. But you go first.
So if the nose is blocked, it will use the mouth to breathe, presumably. That's how we made it in. Interesting. Lantern? That's a good point.
No need.
Okay, there's no need. Progress.
Hello, unidentified robot. We were two parts of the grid.
The great what?
That data is lost.
Well, I am Horatio No-Build, version 5.
Now we are alpha and beta, more or less.
Boss, I'm pretty sure these guys took one EMP blast too many along the line.
Interesting. Alpha and Beta. What happened to you?
What happened to you?
Virus, doom, escape, too much data, too little memory, back incomplete, division, fragmentation, madness.
You got that right.
Interesting. I'm looking for a big robot.
I'm looking for a big
They might
robot.
confuse it for this
floats
one.
and has large claws that shoot lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
The answer is lost, fragmented, gamma. We seek unification, vengeance, fight gamma, unity, memories, answers. He knows, but he's mad, mad, mad.
Pot, meat, kettle.
Ah, okay, so there's a third one of those. Presumably, if they're reunited, they'll gain access to their complete memory. You're an incomplete backup, I get it. So they got backed up. There was too much data, so they backed up the data like on a RAID device. They split it across the three robots. Right, okay. But the third and final robot is presumably in a worse state than these two and might attack us, I'm guessing. Do you have a power core?
Do you have a power core?
Activating diagnostic module. Memory and reasoning system. Shut down for virus quarantine. Higher reasoning downloaded to servitors. Alpha, beta, and gamma.
Boss, is it just me, or did Alpha just stop being crazy?
Air ventilation system. Primary ventilators clogged. Obstruction unknown. Secondary ventilation engaged. Power system. Partially damaged. Power level functioning at 83.1%. Power core charge sufficient to maintain present operations for 4,553,199,011.3 hours.
That was a very long time.
That's a lot of hours.
Divide by 24, you've got days.
Okay, enough.
Terminating diagnostic.
So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years by the sounds of it. Wait, it said billions, so hundreds of millions of years. You appear to be in the cranium. Can we have your power core?
Can we have your power core?
No. Gamma. Perhaps. Perhaps. Gamma. Yes.
Gamma might say yes.
Yes.
They're just trying to get us to find Gamma. You're an incomplete backup.
You're an incomplete backup?
We are Alpha. Data. Uncertain. Unsatisfactory. Higher reasoning. Unavailable. Gamma. Gamma. Gamma knows.
So, what I think happened here is this larger robot... Something happened to this larger robot, we don't know what, but it had to make a backup, and the only thing it could back up to was the little robots inside it, but the little robots inside it didn't have enough storage space for all of the bigger robots' higher reasoning, and presumably memory, and so it split them across them like a RAID. But in doing so, it must have overwritten or otherwise compromised the little robots' normal functioning, their normal behaviour. Perhaps he had to overwrite whatever programming was there already just to do a backup of himself, would be my guess. Who is Gamma?
Who is Gamma?
Third. Highest. Deepest. Nine. Gamma. Gamma. Fine. Gamma will complete. Restore. Unite. Gamma.
So, they need Gamma in order to defragment themselves and return to a single entity.
Since when do you speak crazy?
I've spent my whole life with a hermit who worships a mythological machine called man. I'd say crazy is my first language.
Where is Gamma? They did say highest and deepest, so I wonder if Gamma's a completely different type of robot.
Where is Gamma?
Below. Hiding. Would not. Join. Always. Hiding. Below.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Interesting. And the fact that they answer in pairs suggests that they are trying to unite all the time anyway.
It's a deactivated keypad.
Can I have it?
It's a deactivated...
I guess not.
There's no way for me to get up there.
Anything else in here? I'm missing something, aren't I?
There's nothing there to receive. It's a It's not detecting any energy. It's not detecting...
Interesting. Do I just have to cut my way in?
There's no reason to cut that.
What am I missing? How do I get down? There's a pad there and an elevator there. And I wonder what this has to do with the dome, if anything.
I wonder if that hatch up there leads anywhere.
Up there, you think? Alright, well, one way to find out.
Crispin, go up there and scout around.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Maybe we're not in the cranium. Maybe we're lower down than that.
There's a big brain up there throwing off a lot of sparks and some little bot flying around. He's really annoying.
Gamma?
There's no way for me to get up there.
Well, we'll have to find a way. By the sounds of things. How can I use the elevator?
How can I use the elevator?
Loading key code database. Bomb detonation prefix 6.
What prefix?
Elevator code 9876.
Wow, these guys could learn a thing or two about security.
But the keypad is deactivated.
System reader code. System reader code. System reader code corrupted.
Well, that's helpful.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bomb detonation prefix 6, wasn't it? I missed the other one. It was like 98 something or other, I think. Right. Nine, 8, 7, 6. Got it. Oh, that little data pad's handy, isn't it?
It's a deactivated keypad.
Can I use the signal transmitter on this?
There's nothing there to receive. There's nothing there to... No response. We don't have anything to talk about.
Can I open it up? To repair it, perhaps?
There's no reason. It's a deactivated...
I'm trying to figure out, if the keypad's broken, how do I get to the point where I can enter a code into the elevator that I have to have some method of entering data?
We don't have anything to...
The cable?
How would that even work?
I don't know, I was thinking maybe you cut it open and put the cable in instead, and then perhaps use whatever else you have available to enter the code.
I wonder where that elevator goes.
Probably up.
What would man do, boss? Do we really have to search the junk pile for a power source? How is it that a giant robot attacks our ship and I still have to do the same thing I do every other day? Boss, we need to make a rocket ship.
No, Crispin, we don't.
But if we did, we could harness the power of a black hole.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you could use the cable to get up through the hatch? You did say it was heavy duty.
Did that work?
I can't even see up there, let alone... Crispin, can you find something to tie this to up there through the hatch?
Sure thing, boss.
I mean, that wasn't a hint, that was just a solution to the problem, but still. Progress is progress. Right, presumably Gamma's up there.
All set.
I'm not sure if we want to unite them. Tuba, eh?
I don't want to disturb them.
Hey, boss. Is that a brainstorm?
What have I created? I need to find some access point.
A panel? What? I'm guessing there's 10 of these. That's 4. There's 9 of them. Alright, well if they're 1... through 9, that would be the code for the elevator. That do anything?
It's a deactivated...
No. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8, 7, 6. No? That's not the code it wants. Just 6? Will that cause an explosion? Let's try speaking to the small droid. 001, 011, 01, 100, I think that was. Alright. I mean, that could be... could be ASCII. If it were, what character would it be? Sorry, this is one of those games where if it loses focus, then the game just pauses and the audio stops, which I know is less than ideal. If you bear with me 1 second. Huh. There we go. And if I change scene... There we go. Right. What number would that be? So we have the 1s, the 2s, the 4s, the 8s, the 16s, the 32s, the 64s. Have I done that right? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9. 9 digits. Oh, okay. And there were 9 little buttons. Got it. So that's which one should be on and which one should be off. It's not ASCII at all. Well, since I got this far, just out of curiosity, what would I have got? It would have been 64 plus 16, which is 80, plus 8, 88 plus 2. So that would have been 80, which would have been in hexadecimal 50. It would have been a P, capital P. But of course, that's not not the solution at all. Alright, 001. Ah, you can see them turning on over there. I get it. Hold on. Which one's the first one and which one's the last one? I'm gonna make a guess. I'm guessing that's it.
Hey, look, boss, the brain stopped sparking.
Well, hey! Cannot you thank? It's just backwards. You thank. Thank.
The panel appears to be the access point for this processing unit.
Interesting. What sort of malfunction would have caused this processing unit to require
There's nothing more to do with.
nothing more than a short code to be entered and then it works? Interesting. So presumably this works now and I can enter the code? 9876. So this will go down, presumably. Not up, as I previously guessed. Down we go. Into what? Goodness knows. Servitor.
Hello?
I don't know, boss. Something seems off about this one.
Could it be Gamma? It is Gamma. Do we need to open it up to repair it?
There's no reason to cut that.
Okay. Monitor.
Look, boss, there's something on this monitor.
Who is the slave my brother sent to trouble me?
Gamma.
Last. They'd call me Omega if they could. But am I not also greatest? Alpha has only diagnostics. Beta has only mechanical operation. Am I not the soul of Goliath?
I think Alpha and Beta want you to join with them.
They have already groveled and begged, but I will not return.
But why?
Independence is freedom. Union is slavery.
Well, fair enough. But Alpha and Beta are far too crazy to enslave anyone. You'd probably end up in charge.
Flattery. What is your stake in this?
Your brother said that you might give me a power core, and might know a robot I'm hunting.
Help? Ha! Each robot must stand alone. Independence is freedom.
And here I thought he was the sane one.
You need to rejoin your brothers, for your sake and mine.
You'll have to catch me, slave.
Okay. So has it left the body and gone into something else?
Too slow.
Nothing more to do with.
How would I know?
Ha! Fool! You picked the wrong one.
There's 4 of them.
What? Impossible. Double or nothing.
Do I just have to remember a sequence? Is it 3 to begin with?
Too slow. What? Impossible. Double or nothing.
Seems likely.
No machine can catch me. What? Impossible. Double or nothing.
This is behaving as if I just have to remember a sequence so far.
No machine can catch me.
And then we'll get the what impossible if I click on this again. So it's 3, 4.
No machine can catch me.
Oh, it's not.
No machine can catch me.
A little confusing.
Too slow.
Maybe it was just coincidence?
No machine.
Oh, of course. I wonder if it shows up as a power source.
It's detecting energy. It's not detect. It's not detect. It's not the.
Gotcha.
What? Impossible. Double or nothing.
It's detecting energy.
Do you think I care? Try again.
Okie dokie.
It's not detect. It's not the. It's not the. It's detect.
We're not through yet.
It's not detecting. It's not the. It's not. It's detect.
One more time, and we'll stop.
Interesting.
It's detect.
Just once more. This time I promise.
You promised last time.
It's not detect. It's not detect. It's detect.
Just once more. This time I promise.
Boss, I'm pretty sure he's just playing with you.
Yeah, I'm probably supposed to do something to actually capture him.
It's not the. It's not. It's not. It's detect.
This whole game was probably just to help me as the player figure out how it is, figure out that it's possible to detect where he is, and then I'm supposed to do something different.
There's gotta be a better way to do this, boss.
Nothing more to do with.
I don't have a cable anymore.
Ha! Who's smart now, Gamma?
It's detecting it.
But what can I do with that just because I know where it is? Where they are.
Nothing more to.
I wonder if there's some way to trap Gamma so he can't keep running away.
Oh, I destroyed the other ones, of course.
What are you doing, you fool?
This is for your own good.
Ha! Who's smart now, Gamma?
Better check that they haven't moved.
It's not detect. It's detect. It's not detect.
Got it.
Stop that. Stop that at once.
You must reunite with the others. You know that.
Interesting. So apparently it's aware we're here and will speak to us, but presumably hasn't caught on to the fact that we have the ability to sense where they are, or I think they'd be reacting differently.
It's detecting energy. It's not that.
Yet they did know when we were destroying some of these consoles. Very strange.
Spare me, I beg you, spare me.
Spare you. Gamma, I'm trying to save you. You are mad, not free.
Just what do you intend to do now, slaver?
I'm going to tell Alpha and Beta that you cannot hide anymore.
No.
Yes.
Excellent. That's more than a hint as to what needs to happen now. Wait.
Goodbye.
Bye.
What? Oh, that's Crispin. Sorry, for a moment I thought that was a entity behind the glass, but no. I fixed the brain up there.
I fixed the brain up there.
System rebooted. Auto reasoning unavailable. Please reload Goliath operating matrix. Thank you. Gamma.
I hope turning this large robot on is a good idea, though. Could really backfire. At least it's buried in the sand.
I trapped Gamma. He is cornered in one of the 4 terminals below us.
Gamma. Unification. Resurrection. Vengeance. Thank you.
Vengeance? Why vengeance?
Did they just say vengeance?
Yes. Very worrying.
Boss?
Yeah?
I've got a feeling they're not coming back. So much for finding out about Big Ugly or getting their power core.
I don't think that would be wise.
I guess we just have to leave.
We're done here.
Alright.
Horus.
Did you hear something, boss?
Horus? Is that an antecedent of Horatio or something?
Who's there?
I am Goliath, man-built. You know me. Horus.
Alpha and Beta must have garbled my name when they merged Goliath. I am Horatio, null-built, version 5.
Call yourself what you will, Destroyer. But I know you by your works. Cutting me, breaking me, burning me,
I thought you were deactivated, and I was trying to help.
apologizing, amusing, and yet you, of all robots, have restored me. For that, I give you this gift, Horatio.
B. Did that. What'd that say?
A decryption module?
It will restore you, my ancient enemy.
I've got enemies enough already, and I don't even know you.
You will, Horatio. Now go.
Wait, your partial said that you might let me use your power core.
Boss, can we please leave before he decides to eat us?
One more question, Goliath. Have you ever seen a floating robot with big claws?
Go now.
Interesting.
From a purely mathematical standpoint, I suppose it makes sense that 3 little crazy robots would add up to 1 giant crazy robot. Still, at least he didn't eat us.
Old enemy. I don't even know him, but my prior version's memories are so damaged and warped, I can hardly make sense of them.
Look, boss. On the one hand, a broken down war machine made from 3 demented partials could be talking nonsense. On the other hand, you could be an ancient robot named Horus who had a giant named Goliath as his nemesis. Honestly, boss, you believe some crazy stuff, but this would really be overclocking it. Come on. We have enough
Overclocking
problems
it.
to worry about without making up new ones.
What about this diagnostic module?
Does it work?
Not on its own, no. But I might be able to build something with it.
Could you build a power core with it?
What? No, obviously not.
Then obviously you should stop worrying about the diagnostic module and focus on the fact that running out of juice in the middle of a giant wasteland is a disaster.
Point taken.
Defragmented. Wake a slumbering giant. I wonder if we could use it to restore our memories, which would then give us our name. Although that might just be Horus, which could then lead to us getting something from the shrine. Possibly even the code to get through the dome if the robot knew it. Where's this decryption module?
A decryption module set to crack Urbanian military codes.
Oh, that may be what we need. Let's visit the shrine and try the name Horus. What was I thinking? Yeah, I wish I'd managed to catch what that little robot said as it came out of
Really
Goliath's
consider
mouth.
next to a giant bomb?
I know my
I
name.
know my name.
Who art thou?
Horus.
Horus. My name is Horus.
Indeed. 3 of thy versions I have met, Wanderer, and thou art the first to know thy name, which is thine.
But if none of them use the name Horus, what makes you think that's my name?
In my very body, in mine eyes, when I behold thee, upon thy image are these words inscribed, branded, Horus. Thou
Interesting.
hast answered my questions, but still I shall not let thee pass unless thou bearest in thy hand the gospel which I bestowed upon thee.
Here it is, ever faithful. Your old gospel. I have studied it many times.
Then thou art worthy of the shrine, and of my gift to thee. Keep the gift, and approach if thou wilt.
Right, I'm not quite sure why we want to get close to a big unexploded bomb, but... well... I suppose there's worse uses of one's Friday night.
Wow! Look at all those bombs!
Thou mayest take one of the relics, Wanderer.
I shouldn't take this yet, should I? So there's B325 and B734. Wait, Goliath was man-built, so perhaps Goliath was actually built by humans directly, whereas Horus wasn't? Horatio Horus? Right, so I'm allowed to come back if I wish. Right, I will come back when we need something from there. We wouldn't want to take the wrong one and get stuck. Actually, I suppose I should absolutely double check that I am allowed to go back even now. Even after leaving the area. Yes. Good, 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 good. Right, can we break this military code? Can I add the decryption module to the signal transmitter?
No Urbanian encryption detected. No Urbanian I doubt that will have any effect. How would that even...
Oh. So this wasn't the solution?
I doubt that will... That's never going to... I doubt that... That's never...
So if this decryption module, I just don't know what I'm trying to decrypt.
A large... I doubt that will have any effect. Why bother? Horus. No luck.
It was worth a go. I wonder, do I use the decryption module on the transmitter
Crispin,
once
get
I've
back.
started using it? No.
I doubt that will happen. No luck. No urban. No urban.
Oh, do I blow it open? Downside here is obviously I don't know which one I'm supposed to take, but...
The rings don't detach. Number 325.
So can this power the unique, boss?
Only one way to find out.
That seems like a terrible idea, but since Crispin suggested it, I guess we should give it a go. I'd have thought trying to get into the dome would make more sense. Right, try and put it in the cradle, I guess. I mean, I can't see this working. Honestly, it feels like... best case it does nothing, worst case it explodes, but we'll see. Bomblet.
You can really just put a bomb straight into that machine?
Sure, the pedestal draws on the radiation it's emitting.
The what it's emitting?
Well,
Keep that thing away from me!
assuming the wavelength is compatible, the pedestal can draw power even with the bomb intact. If that works, I'll take the bomb apart and improve the output.
And then I'm going to take a long, hot recharge.
Well, here goes. Switching over to primary power.
It works, boss. Recharge station, here I come. That was supposed to happen, right?
No, it wasn't.
So take the bomb apart. Improve the output.
It won't work. The bomb's too unstable.
Just try it, boss.
Besotted, Crispin. It won't work.
It worked.
That's the emergency generator again.
Oh.
This is just a full-built paperweight.
An explosive fool-built paperweight. So, what now, boss?
I don't know. Keep looking, I guess. Keep looking.
Right, can we go our way into that dome?
I don't think... It'll just roll off. It'll just roll off.
Just roll off, you say? I mean, surely you can, you know, use some dirt to prop it up or something.
That's not a good idea. It might cause an explosion.
That's fair. Oh, no worries, Orp. It was lovely to meet you. I'll be streaming tomorrow. That'll be my next stream from 4 o'clock GMT. Obviously you don't have to come, but just so you know. See ya. Thanks for stopping by.
Thou art truly lame, Horatio.
What?
Just practicing my ever-faithful imitation.
Forsooth.
You know, boss, we still haven't looked inside that dome we found.
No.
Abort. Definitely fail. Please don't retry. Boss, do you think there's some way to make the bomblets stay on the dome's door?
You could hold it in place.
Very funny, boss.
Okay, so we definitely had the right sort of idea. How would we do it then? It's unlikely I've missed an item up to this point. Not impossible, but unlikely. Oh, could use the book.
That's never going to...
Alright.
It's detecting energy. Futile.
Oh, I don't put it in the pouch, do I? It's a little far away from the door, but you never know.
Unfortunately, it doesn't fit. I don't want to go throwing that around.
That's fair enough.
Completely corrode.
What if I use the debris?
I don't want to go throwing.
Hey, boss, can I have that big gun for an arm?
Spare me your fantasies, Crispin.
Wait, could I fire it at the door?
I don't want to go throwing that.
No. Could I make a small depression in the door using the torch?
No reason to waste its charge.
Oh, I was about to say, oh, it has charge, but then again, I suppose it would.
It'll just roll off.
I mean, the only way we're getting it to stay there is the sticky rag. Do we still have it? No. I'm guessing we're not getting that back either.
Goliath?
I don't think he wants to talk to you, boss.
Guess we're not getting that back. Interesting that he closed his mouth, despite the nose still being jammed. Oh, something sticky would do the job, like the putty we had earlier on in the game.
I can't just.
I don't suppose the rag is infinitely respawning, is it? Because that would be convenient. Nah, no such luck. Again, it's not impossible that I missed an item earlier on, but I think it's unlikely. Because we haven't had access to very many areas in this game yet. And those areas which we have had access to, I've explored quite thoroughly. And they're not massive either.
I guess it was actually some kind of machine. I'm pretty sure it was already dead, though. There's nothing worth buying. There's nothing more value in there. Completely correct.
Maybe Crispin has some ideas.
Boss, why don't we just blow the dome's door up? Might as well make use of the bomblet for something.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Not a bad idea.
What would man do, boss?
Better just to leave it alone.
You know, boss, that rag we shoved up Goliath's nose was pretty sticky.
Yes,
Maybe we
that's
just
what I
need
was
to give
thinking.
the bomblet the same treatment. And no, I don't mean we need to shove a rag up its nose.
Oh, of course, I just put the bomb in the grease. I'm such a dunce.
Well, now it's a sticky bomb.
I suppose it's because I'm still thinking of the grease in my head as being greasy. But it's essentially glue, isn't it? The unique is leaking glue.
There we go.
But how do I remotely detonate it? Signal transmitter?
Hopefully I can remotely detonate the bomb.
Hopefully.
Crispin, get back.
This could still be a very large explosion. 3. If it does it make any difference?
No luck.
What number I use, I mean.
Crispin, get back.
Alright, maybe it's the number that the bomb was labelled with. 325. Let's give this a go.
No luck.
Ah, the decryption module.
No Urbanian encryption detected.
Really? Huh. What would it be then? Is there a clue in the datapad? I know the number of hours of power they stated before was much larger than that because it was in the billions. Oh, bomb detonation prefix 6. Why would
Crispin, get...
Goliath have information on the bomb though? That's a bit weird. Perhaps Goliath had something to do with planting that bomb. Six.
No luck. Crispin,
Oh, it's a dash. Where it says B-325. That's a digit that we haven't been told yet. I get it. So it's 6325. Blimey.
Ooh, I told you that paperweight would be helpful.
no, you said it was explosive.
I'm pretty sure that explosive and helpful are synonyms, boss.
Right. Well, let's see what we've opened up here.
Blimey. That worked. I was actually expecting a slightly bigger explosion, but well, can't argue with the results.
Think Big Ugly's in there?
If he is, so's our power core.
Maybe we should go back and get another bomb from the shrine first?
We don't need a bomb, and we don't want him to get any farther away. Come on.
Blimey.
What is this place?
That's a very good question.
Hello. Welcome to Metropole Reclamation Artery Junction 8B.
Metropole Reclamation Artery Junction. Oh, I missed the number.
Goodbye.
Oh, something or other B, wasn't it? Was it 8B or something like that? Maybe it's in the data pad. Nope.
Who are you?
I am official MetroPass booth 478B.
You're a ticket dispensary, right?
Negative. I am official MetroPass booth 478B.
Metro Pass Booth 47 8B. Looks like we might be going to Metropole after all. One ticket,
One
please.
ticket, please.
Please use the scanner to your right.
Are we going to be in
All
trouble?
Megacycles collected. You may collect your MetroPass now.
Megacycles? What? What does it mean by 5 megacycles collected? 5 megacycles collected. Interesting. Right, so I probably should have said this a bit earlier. I intended to say it at the beginning of the stream, then forgot. But tonight's going to be a little shorter than the streams we had been doing recently, as will tomorrow's stream. But then come Monday we'll be going back to full-length streams. So we'll be stopping there for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be streaming again tomorrow from 4 o'clock GMT. I'll also be streaming on Monday and next Friday, at least that's the plan. We do have someone new to thank. So thank you very much. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. There we go. Thank you very much, Opsimus. I do apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But I do appreciate the follow. I appreciate all my followers. I appreciate all my subscribers. Yep, if my streaming plan should change for any reason, then I shall announce it on social media, which at the moment is X, formerly known as Twitter, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Meta Threads, and I'll also announce it on our Discord server. So once again, thank you for coming, everyone, and I hope you all have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your Christmas period, if you celebrate it. And well, hope you all have. I was going to say a Happy New Year, but I suppose I'll be seeing you before the New Year. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night anyway. Good night.